this all signs reading. Get caught up on everybody's energy. See what's coming in for you. The moon is in Virgo, which is kind of a grounded energy, an earth energy. Also, it's also the energy of like confronting truths, I feel. So let's see what this means for you. Okay. That one said good day. Alright, so let me grab that. Nailed it. Okay. So we have Grace Short, timid, misunderstood, and shy. And then we have Anunnaki, controlling, drama, conflict of interest. So you might be dealing with somebody who might be a little controlling or trying to create conflict in your life. If you look, these men are essentially dressed the same, right? However, and their backs are, touching, but the worlds that they see are very different, right? And this kind of reminds me of more than just the yin and yang energy. It's like when you're trying to talk to somebody that you don't vibe on the same frequency with, oftentimes it'll feel like you're talking through a walkie-talkie and you're on different channels, right? And when you're on different channels, you can't hear each other. You can't, there's no understanding or getting the message through, right? You could be standing right in front of the person speaking and they still will misunderstand you, right? And that shit's annoying. Let's be real. But I do feel that it's like you're just not seeing eye to eye with somebody, or you're not being received well by somebody. Somebody's misunderstanding you. It could be a deliberate misunderstanding too. Some people choose to misunderstand you or gaslight you, or, whatever the case is. We're going to dive deeper and see what that's about. So, because if people seek to not understand you, they'll make it a point to not understand you, whereas when people want to understand you, they will understand you at all costs, And with the Grace Short, it does say timid, misunderstood, and shy. And so I do feel that energy of feeling misunderstood or not heard. Ace of Swords, or Ace of Flamingos, is the first thing that's coming out for you. I go by the original suit names. I like the original suits. I'm a tarot reader. A lot of decks change the suit names, but I like to tell them by what they are, right? So Ace of Swords is about a breakthrough. This is about your come up, right? This is kind of that aha moment, or the eureka card, so I do see you having a breakthrough here. Aces also represent new beginnings. New cycles. Alright, Queen of Cups in reverse showing up. I do see with the Queen of Cups in reverse that you might be having a change of heart, or somebody's having a change of heart towards you. We'll clarify that. But it does look like somebody is losing feelings, or like Having a change of heart, really. That's the energy I'm seeing. Ten of Pentacles. Tens represent endings, right? But Pentacles also, with the Ten of Pentacles, this is kind of like saying, like, you're being led to your wish fulfillment, right? You're being led to your abundance. Ten of Pentacles is having strength in your community as well, being very resourceful. This is like being well off in the material world, right? So if you've been struggling financially, I feel like that's going to turn around pretty quickly for you. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. And passion doesn't necessarily mean like relationships, right? A lot of people misinterpret that. Passion can also mean, you know, something that you're passionate about doing, if it's a job, right? I do see pentacles here, so it could be in regards to work. But, you know, like, some people find their career path something that they're very passionate about. So take it as it resonates. Whether it's romantic or not, we'll find out. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups in reverse. So your change of heart has a lot to do with yourself, actually. We have Ace of Cups here. This is you filling your own cup, and it's basically indicating that the more that you take care of yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more that you're giving to yourself, the more that you're kind of falling out with this other energy, or maybe even multiple energies, because you're choosing to fill your own cup. And when you meet people, when you're in that Ace of Cups energy of self-love and authenticity and, you know, just being straight up and real with yourself, then oftentimes anything that's out of alignment with that, anything that comes off as like fake or inauthentic, that's going to fall away, right? Or you're going to lose interest in things that are in their ego, because you're not in your ego, you're in your self-love, right? Ego is typically like what we go into when we don't have authentic self-love, or we're not really filling our cup. And so if you're dealing with people like that, I do feel this energy of letting them go, right? So far you have 111 on the board, which is all about new beginnings, fresh starts, changes in your mind, body, and spirit. Let's see. Two of Wands in reverse. I feel that you're being very decisive about what you want, what direction you want to take life. I feel that making decisions for you right now is pretty easy, especially if you're in the mode of self-love and taking care of yourself. Then you're going to make decisions based off of what is best for you. What else does Spirit want me to know? Alright, so strength in reverse is showing up, Leo energy. This could also represent a weakness, right? Weaknesses aren't always bad things, right? Sometimes somebody that we're interested in could be a weakness, or sometimes we're confronting our weaknesses to turn them into strengths, you know. We'll dive deeper into that. Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is the energy of letting go, right? It comes back to that Queen of Cups in reverse. If you are I want to clarify, what is this that we're letting go of or rejecting with the Page of Pentacles in reverse? Magician in reverse. Oh. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like, yeah, like we talked about before about authenticity. With the Knight of Pentacles showing up, I feel like you're letting go of something that didn't really show up for you. If you look at the Knight of Pentacles, he's not going anywhere, right? All dressed up, got the pentacle in hand, looking fly, but still not going anywhere, right? So maybe you have extended an offer, but it didn't go anywhere with somebody, or perhaps somebody extended an offer with you and you didn't follow through. I do see an energy of letting that go. With the Magician in reverse, this represents, you could be letting go of somebody who likes to create illusions or likes to present themselves in a false light. With the, the Magician, it's almost like you're choosing transparency over bullshit. That's really what I'm seeing here. You're choosing to focus on the truth of the situation rather than the potential of it. Alright, sometimes we romanticize people and we think more on their potential than how they actually show up in our lives, and I feel like that's what's turning around for you right now. What I'm hearing too is your weakness could be unavailable people, or like emotionally unavailable people. And I feel like maybe you're learning to let go of those people. People who don't really show up, people who you may desire, you may see a potential for a certain scenario to play out for you, but the reality is that it hasn't played out like that, right? And I feel like you're just being disillusioned. That's the Magician in reverse, is disillusionment. It's like you're finally seeing the situation for what it is and accepting it, right? Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're tired of feeling conflicted, or if people in your life are trying to create conflict or resistance for you, I feel like you're just over that. You're looking for peace. Yeah, justice, right? You want the balancing of things. You want things to be fair. Things will be restored to fairness, right? The scales are being balanced. Whatever is out of alignment with you is fading out. We have 2 cups, bro. You might be meeting somebody new. You may be entertaining a new love opportunity. Let's talk about it. This 2 of Cups. This could also represent partnerships if it's in regards to business. If you're going into business, you could be starting a new partnership with somebody. But I feel more, because Queen of Cups was one of the first cards out, and I do feel that emotions are involved, right? Deeper emotions than just work. Especially with the Strength in reverse, there's a weakness there, right? Weaknesses are usually more aligned with our feelings, right? So we have Knight of Wands in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're not the one pursuing this, or it's saying like you might be ending communication with certain people. 7 of Pentacles in reverse is like you don't really see it's almost like you're not focused on like new love or a new situation there. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's more like your biggest focus is releasing like whatever burdens you, right? Releasing your karmic debts, releasing your stresses, you know, the things that weigh you down, right? I feel like that's your biggest focus. I don't feel like you're focused on love at this time. I feel like it just kind of shows up for you. With 1010 being on the board, I do see endings and new beginnings. And with 111 on the board, I hella see new beginnings. Yeah, right. We've got the Four of Pentacles. You might be focused on saving your money. You might be more focused on the material realm at this time. So where does this Two of Cups play in? You need more than that. Okay. So, we've got 10 of Swords in reverse. Now you have 10, 10, 10. Endings and new beginnings in your mind, body, and spirit. I feel like this is your rebirth energy, right? 10 of Swords in reverse is the rebirth. It's like resurrecting from feeling defeated or like a sense of loss or lack. Page of Wands tells me that you'll be receiving a new offer soon. Or communication. Wands represents communication. And so I do see that energy with the Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. This is something that you had hoped for or wished for, coming through for you. Eight of Wands tells me that this is going to happen rather quickly, right? This is Minor Arcana Chariot card, which tells me that they're on the move. They're moving towards you. Let me find this card that fell. Oh, shit. And we have Knight of Swords, which also says that it's moving very quickly. It's taking action towards you. So I do feel like you might not see this coming. Something is moving towards you very quickly. With the Page of Swords, I do feel like there is a potential here that somebody might be jealous, you know, whoever you've let go of or whatever. There might be jealousy, there might be anger, there might be resentment coming from somebody, as a direct link to this connection that you're making. Somebody ain't happy. Let's talk about it. Page of Swords is like dealing with a hater. It's very opposite of the Page of Wands. Unless you're literally dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. In which case, it could say that an air sign is making an offer to you. Especially with the Knight of Swords showing up, right? Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, I would say that's a potential there. And if an air sign is moving towards you or taking action, then it must be hot shit, because air signs typically don't initiate, right? Unless it's with a fire sign. So let's see. Clarify this Page of Swords. The only one that doesn't fit. Oh, I see. Somebody's upset that they didn't. Okay, we got 9 of Swords with the World in reverse. So I feel like this is somebody that you've already closed out a cycle with the World being in reverse. It's almost like they want to reverse that. 9 of Swords tells me that they're all up in their head, beating themselves up, staying up all night, overthinking, ruminating thoughts. Somebody's upset because you make a choice after somebody didn't take action on you. Or after, it's like you're moving on and somebody's mad about it, right? Let exes get mad. That's their problem for thinking that they owned you. As far as I see it, once they're an ex, there's no more nothing, right? The Hanged Man with 3 of Swords in reverse. See, the thing that holds them back from even trying with you anymore is their fear of getting hurt, but ultimately they're hurting themselves and creating blockages for themselves because they're still in love with you. They still are very hung up with you. My advice is to never take exes back, right? Especially if it ended on a bad note, Page of Swords. Because I feel that, doors close for a reason. There are the rare occasions where, like, there was no animosity, no problems, you just weren't ready for each other at the time, and that's different. However, if it was a situation that was toxic, or there was fighting, there was, whatever, there was conflict, I feel like that's something that is better to just let it be. So, anything else? Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person you were probably in like a love triangle with this person, or like some sort of third party situation. And I feel them, being like, oh, I'm willing to be exclusive now, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, too late. Too late. So if they are the one rushing in with an offer, I would just be cautious. Be wary. Although with the Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, I do see you could be getting an offer from multiple people, or more than one at least. And I do see, like, you have options, right? You have a right to be picky at this time. Yeah, getting the 5 of Swords in reverse, it tells me that you're looking for connections that don't involve war, right? You're looking for something that isn't going to create chaos or conflict in your life. Something that you don't have to, like, feel like you're constantly on edge, or, whatever the case is. I do feel that you're just not dealing with bullshit, more than anything. Okay, and let's see what the Kali cards have to say. If an ex is coming back trying to communicate and all that, I think the best thing to do is give them closure and let them be on their way. It's just my personal advice. If it's something that you want, go for it. Relive that karmic cycle. Do what you gotta do. But as somebody who is a professional in the field, now I would tell you what I am, because I spent 11 years going back and forth with the same person. And one thing that I've learned from my experience there is that every time you go back, it's exactly the same, right? They'll love bomb you for a little bit, and they'll be like, oh, things will be different, da 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 da. But then the dynamic always, no matter how long it's been, it always reverts back to the same dynamic. Um, there's no exception to that, right? Because, they can only wear a mask for so long, before it goes back to them being who they are, right? And if you're leaving them because of who they are under the mask, then my best advice is don't go back. Like, they're just throwing on another mask for you. Um, Kamala Devi, whatever, held within Kali's protection. Your heart radiates peace, certainty, and beauty. Right? I do feel that certainty with the Two of Wands in reverse. It's like you're very decisive, and I feel like once you've made your decision on something, you're really decisive about that, and you stick to your guns, and I like that. Her grace melts frustration into inspiration, fatigue into replenishment, and overactivity into effortless attraction. Kamala is the golden pathway of divine protection and peaceful contentment. She empowers your heart to receive with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express when you give. You are swiftly approaching sacred fruition, right? So I do feel your wish fulfillment coming through. I do hope that you're not wishing for your ex to come back. Just saying. Personal, whatever. I do hope that you're hoping to experience something new and different. Because, going back to an ex is like time traveling, but backwards, and just experiencing the same painful shit over and over and over. So, if you want to get out of the loop of painful shit, the best thing to do is be out of it. Alright? Close those cycles for good. Wish them well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.